Hey everyone, in this video we are looking at writing one variable equations. So a quick reminder that an equation is a mathematical sentence that shows that two expressions are equal, right? So I've talked about this before where we really want to make sure we are understanding that this equal sign is not an indicator of the answer. It's really just telling us that everything over here on one side of the equation is equivalent to or has the same value as everything over here on the other side of the equation. So you can see I've written another example, 9 plus 3 equals 10 plus 2, right? So you may be used to saying, well, 9 plus 3 equals 12, but 9 plus 3 equals 10 plus 2 is also a true statement, where this equal sign just tells us everything on the left is equal to everything on the right. I've also then written an example of an algebraic equation, x plus 8 equals 14. So let's look here. Write the word sentence as an equation. So our first one says the sum of a number n and 7 is 15. So we've practiced this before with expressions. Now the only difference is that we also have an equal sign, right? So we can see the sum of a number n and 7 is 15. So let's start with the sum of. We know that that tells us we will be adding. So the sum of a number n and 7 is, that tells us, equals 15. So the sum of a number n and 7 is 15. Let's look at another example here. A number y decreased by 4 is 3. So we've got y, we're decreasing it by 4, and that is 3. So this one would be y minus 4. Again, means equals 3. Finally, we have 48 equals 12 times a number p. So 48 equals 12 times a number p. So we could write 12 times p, or simply 48 equals 12p. All right, now let's look at a word problem here. It says 10 servers each decorate one table for a wedding. Let C be the total number of yellow and purple candles. Each table has 6 purple candles and 4 yellow candles. Write an equation to find C. Okay, so let's go back and look at everything we know. So we know 10 servers are each decorating one table. So that would mean a total of 10 tables. C is going to be the total number of purple and yellow candles, and we know that each table has 6 purple candles and 4 yellow candles. So if we wanted to write an equation, we could first look at each table. So I know that each table is going to have 4 plus 6 candles, right? 4 yellow plus 6 purple. Okay, and then we know that there are 10 servers each decorating one table. So then if this 4 plus 6 represents one table, we would want to multiply that by 10 to get the total for all 10 tables. And we know that this is all equal to C, the total number of purple and yellow candles. Let's look at one more example here. This one says, after 2 rounds, 24 students are eliminated from a spelling bee. There are 96 students remaining. Find the number of students who started the spelling bee. So for this, let's give ourselves a variable to represent the number of students who started the spelling bee. Let's use S for students. So we know that we started with some number S students. And then there were 24 students who were eliminated. So they are no longer in the spelling bee. So we could say that we started with a number S, and that has been decreased by 24. And we know that that equals a total of 96 students. Now, if I wanted to solve this, I know that I started with some number S of students, and then I subtracted 24, and now I want to know how many. I have 96 students remaining, so I want to know how many I started with. So if some number minus 24 equals 96, then I know that 96 plus 24 would tell me this number S of students that I started with. So I can add 24 here. So the number of students I start with would be 96 plus 24. and I would get 120 students. And again, as we always should, we can go back and check to make sure that 120 minus 24 equals 96. So let's check that. And 120 minus 24 does equal 96, so we know that this is correct.